Hey, good morning from the office. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Getting everything ready so no noises pop up. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live, only live online morning show. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, we're right here, 706 889 9700. Also, there are all the social media ways you can follow us and contact us. Send us email, text me if you ever want to be on the show. At 8:30 this morning, we have Carla's Corner. That comes up at 8:30 this morning. Now, did the president, now wait a minute, just hang on here a minute. Did he get rolled? Did Pelosi roll the guy with the State of the Union address? Did this is the just a second, I had it here a minute ago. Let's go with I'll try to figure out which one says this, Josh. Hold on a second. Number 34. Go with number 34. And then that's CNN first thing this morning. And then go with number 36. Trump blinks. Number 36, Trump blinks. Okay, so very quickly, let's get through this. I know you're upset. I know you're angry. It is our government, not theirs. It's our house, not theirs. It's our capital, not theirs. Okay, I got all that. Yesterday, I'm in a text messaging group. A couple of them took off yesterday. Got a couple messages from other people. But she invited him originally. Now, let me say this one time, okay? Because I know I got the messages back. But Article 3 of the Constitution says this, but Article this and Article that, and this says this, all right? And I started getting that, and I understand. I am with you out there. But the reality of the State of the Union address and convening a joint session of Congress. Now, whether you like it or not, there's these little things that make the wheels turn, and it's called government with an N, and it makes the wheels turn. And in order to have a convened, to put it together, the Senate and the House, and to have a convened Congress, session of Congress, there's a couple formalities, whether you like them or not. The Senate has to pass a resolution saying that they want to go into a joint session. The House has to pass a resolution. Now, I don't know, the sergeant at arms, comes and yells at the door, Madam Speaker, the President of the United States. So he does all the shucking and jiving down through there, and he shakes hands and everything, and then he gets up there. See, what a lot of people do not stop to think about, it's a legal meeting. It's a legal convened session of Congress. It's a session, okay? It's a legal body of work that goes right into the books. It's recorded. And it's a session that shows up, State of the Union. And the Speaker of the House has to turn and invite the President to the podium and introduce him. And what a lot of people do not stick around for after the State of the Union is over is the Speaker of the House has to gavel out the session. There has to be, you don't hear it, but there has to be a motion and a second, and the meeting's over. You just don't see those kind of things, but it does happen, all right? The pundits start talking immediately, and you don't see it. That being said, Nancy will not do the resolution. She has control of the House of Representatives. She has control on what's voted on and what's not voted on, and she has the majority, and she will not do the resolution. That being said, Trump is not actually, the President of the United States is not invited a joint session. Well, okay. Now, the president addressed the country. Let's put the facts out. let's be Trump supporters together and not get all worked up, okay? Because I still support the President of the United States. But the President used the Oval Office for a speech, remember? The media went nuts over it, but and that's when Nancy and Chuck came out and shared the little podium in their response. But the President of the United States addressed the American people, okay? Let's look at how this is going. I know the media is responsible for the negative headlines and the negative comments, just like that right there. But that being said, the President of the United States came out and addressed the American people here, 3 weeks ago or whatever it was, and he looked at the country and he said, hey, he said he needed airtime in the Oval Office. This was a big deal. And he said we are at a state of emergency situation, and he told us, as the American people, we had to do something on the border, made a very compelling argument, all right? Then after that, he wants to give the State of the Union, and Nancy says no. Now, if he demanded a State of the Union based on national security reasons, it's going to be a stretch, whether you like what I say or not. It's going to be a stretch after the Oval Office speech, all right, if he was to do that. After 9/11, because I got the messages yesterday, the President of the United States can demand a joint session to address Congress on national security issues. Yeah, he can, okay? He gave this speech a couple weeks ago, 13 minutes from the Oval Office, 9 minutes, whatever. Great job, Mr. President. But after 9/11, President Bush did not give a State of the Union. He addressed a joint session of Congress that was called based on national security reasons that was necessary, okay? President Trump, it would be a stretch. Don't get angry at me. It'd be a stretch to call a national emergency a situation. Now, that being said, folks, there's going to be 2 votes today. 2 votes, all right? Now go to number 38. This is the Democrats' plan. Let's be Trump supporters together. That's my line today. Let's be Trump supporters together, okay? Folks, to reopen, Senate Democrats propose to end shutdown. Reopen federal government through February 8th. Reopen it through February 8th. No money for border wall, but $12.1 billion in disaster aid. That's what Dems want to reopen. So if I scratch my head there, they want $12.1 billion in disaster aid, okay, to reopen the government. No money for border wall. And, they want it open till February 8th. We'll fight again in 2 weeks. We'll come back to this in 2 weeks. So doubling back for the 4th time. Is doubling back for the 4th time, is that even something that can happen? But doubling back there on the $12.1 billion. Let me see. We're asking for 5.7. They want $12.1 billion in disaster aid. Where's the disaster? On the border? I know the other disasters they're talking about, but $12.1 billion. We're asking for 5.7. Now, I said this yesterday. I've taken about 2 or 3 days to read through several articles. The answer is no, Mr. President. No. Now, my understanding is both parties' bills in the Senate, the attempt to reopen the government will fall flat today. That's my understanding, is both will fall flat. But this is a scare. This needs to be a scare and a wake-up to Trump supporters everywhere. And we need to be Trump supporters together, and we need to nicely tell the President of the United States, what the hell are you thinking, Mr. President? $5.7 billion? According to experts, $5.7 billion has been lost just in the shutdown alone. $5.7 billion is a blink in itself. Mr. President, as you blink within the minute, you've spent $5.7 billion more in just the interest on the national debt. Are we experiencing the biggest smoke and mirrors that in recent time? Are we being taken? And my prayer is, I sure hope the president's not in on it. Please do not be in on it. $5.7 billion is pocket change. Pocket change. And we're going to trade our pocket change. If you take the $5.7 billion, it's comparison to the pocket change that you get out of your pocket every day and lay on your dresser at night. There it is. It's pocket change. In comparison to the national debt. It's pocket change in comparison to the interest on the debt. It's pocket change compared to the yearly 1 point whatever trillion dollar budget and spending. It's pocket change, folks. 5.7. And we are going to trade our pocket change for amnesty. And I put out a tweet this morning. Please, Mr. President, please, the rest of you out there, stop telling me it's not amnesty. Stop. Stop right there. If we're going to trade our pocket change for something, let's get everything. I mean, if $5.7 billion is enough to put up the barriers needed to stop drugs, to stop crime, to stop illegals from pouring across our border, good if that's all it's going to take is a pocket change to throw at this problem. You do realize that's what they're doing, is throw us a pocket change at the problem. But the kids that are signed up under DACA, the deferred action, the kids that are signed up there, they would get another 3-year deal with a Social Security card and, you know, the works. Now they're thinking about throwing in the old green card to go with it. And then temporary status. They're going to extend you for 3 years. So if you're here, do you know what temporary status is? Do you know what temporary status is? Is when you come to this country from a war-torn nation, or somewhere in the world that you needed to flee, we give you temporary status, and the deal is it's supposed to be up every, I guess, 90 days. I don't know. You fact check me. But it's supposed to be up every so often, 6 months or whatever, so that way, if your country is where you can return, if the climate in your country, not climate change for the weirdos out there, but if the climate and it's safe to return to your country, you're supposed to return. You're supposed to get the hell out. Your temporary status, and you are supposed to return. It's supposed to be reviewed every 6 months, and you're supposed to return to the country where you came from if you can, and your life is not in jeopardy. So to give them 3 years, just 3 years, temporary status. If you're here on temporary status, you're here 3 years. Folks, if you're here 3 years, you're here. You are here, period. Okay? DACA. We're getting nothing for chain migration. Nothing. Remember the RAISE Act that Donald Trump and Senator David Perdue and Senator Tom Cotton stood up there and chain migration? And what did we do? Did we say that one unaccompanied minor or something like that, one, right, equal 14? Is that what we had, 14? Remember the lottery system that we were going to change? We were going to start getting the best and the brightest. Our immigration system was going to change, and we were going to get the best and the brightest. Okay? Not just the lottery, immigration lottery. Remember that? Okay? Chain migration. catch and release, everything. But we're going to trade amnesty, green cards, temporary status for pocket change. Look at this. They want 12.1 just for disaster aid. Okay? I'm telling you, it is a disaster on the southern border. The President of the United States has made... Here's what happened. And there's days like this that it pains me. It absolutely pains me to come in and do this. And my question to you, easy on the attack back. Did the president get rolled? Wait a minute. Because why are you and I, Trump supporters, why is the President of the United States, why are we 2 years into his administration and begging for $5.7 billion when we had the purse strings? Now, let me show you something, okay? Remember last year, if you watched the show, a lot of people got upset with me in December for being bleak. A lot of people got upset with me in December for feeling that maybe I had kind words for Nancy Pelosi. I did not have kind words for Pelosi. Remember, all through 2018 election, I never fell for Pelosi wouldn't be Speaker of the House. For those of you that have watched the show for several years, I never one day fell for, oh no, Nancy won't be Speaker of the House. I never fell for the left media saying, well, this candidate over here said they won't vote for her. Is Pelosi in jeopardy? Never, big word, never fell for it here. Never. Knew in December what Nancy would come in and do. I watched her. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope your memory is not to where you need to get on the Ginkgo, Kaboba, whatever, but I'm telling you, I watched Nancy. I watched Nancy walk up that hill and not give an SH whether you got Obamacare or not. Oh, I watched her. And I knew she was coming back. Now, the one thing I want to leave Republicans with before my first half hour is up, are you recognizing the power that this little lady, Nancy, that talks like this everywhere she talks? Are you realizing the power that the Speaker of the House has? Do you realize in the flip side of this, all the times the Republicans told you they couldn't do it, they could have? Are you kicking yourself now? Why are we and Donald Trump, the President of the United States, begging for pocket change from Democrats? And Nancy is showing you what she could do as Speaker of the House. Paul Ryan's out there in Wisconsin with one of them little cheeseheads on saying, how you like me now? I got even with you. The hatred for this President of the United States, that they will actually get even or feel they're getting even with the entire American people, you and I, that voted for him. This is a long list. Paul Ryan could have got border security completed, the wall completed, the funding completed. They could have got it done. Here's my thing, and I asked you this, did President of the United States get rolled? And I'm sorry, I don't want you upset. Hey, as a businessman, as a business negotiator, and negotiating with North Korea and some other things that are going on, tariffs, trade deals, I think he's amazing. But when it comes to the House of Representatives having to send something to the Senate to put on his desk, okay, I've always said the things that Donald Trump actually has the power to do himself on a day-to-day basis is going very well. Outside of that, so did Ryan promise him? Did Ryan go in? This is the stories I want to know. I don't care about anything else. Did Ryan go in and say, Mr. President, you got to get us through the midterms. If we do this before the midterms, it'll sink everybody's ship. Did he go in and convince the President of the United States, hey, let me get out of here, basically, and then you can have your border wall money. Let me get out of town. Then fight Nancy. But he didn't say that. My bet is they went in, the Republicans, and told the President of the United States, let us get through the midterm, and when we do and we get the House back, then nothing will be in our way going into 2020. And I think the President may have went for that. So if you say, well, why has he waited till now? Now is it. This is all he has. So where does the President stand with this shutdown? All right. Number 39. 800,000 federal workers to miss second paycheck. Government shutdown day 34. 5 former DHS secretaries fund the critical mission of DHS. This is a food bank, okay? This is a food bank. Number 40, TSA workers depending on food banks. This is Secret Service there. Secret Service personnel carrying special challenge coins. TSA workers depending on food banks. I'm telling you, they're going to hunt until they find somebody in a dumpster. This is number 37. Cory Gardner, I think that's his name, senator from Colorado. Number 37, Senate votes on dueling shutdown bills. We understand he's going to vote on the Democrats' proposal. So we'll get into that a little more. Trump, this is MSNBC. They love it. Minka loves this. They're making hay out of this on CNN, MSNBC, and everywhere. Number 32. Number 32, I guess Eric Trump's wife, Laura Trump, unpaid workers, a little bit of pain. It'll be worth it. So she said in an interview, you know, it's going to be a little bit of pain, but the government, it's going to be worth it. We'll be better off. So they're playing that all day long. All right. Number 28, the chaplain, Barry C. Black, the chaplain of the Senate, prayed for this country and the shutdown yesterday and the people that were not being paid. Okay, number 29, the president tweeted out, number 29, as the shutdown was going on, Nancy Pelosi asked me to give the State of the Union. I agreed. She then changed her mind because of the shutdown, suggested a later date. This is her prerogative. I will do the address when the shutdown is over. I am not looking for an alternative venue for this State of the Union address because there is no venue that can compete with the history, tradition, and importance of the House chamber. I look forward to giving the great State of the Union address in the near future. So, and number 30 is Nancy Pelosi, who said, Mr. President, I hope by saying near future you mean you support the House passed package to end the shutdown that Senate will vote on tomorrow. Please accept this proposal. We can reopen the government, repay our federal workers, and then negotiate on differences. Now, I found the prototype of the wall at some testing. Now, you have noticed that the Democrats are going around calling the wall immoral. Immoral, right? That's what you call it, immoral. And I'm wondering what's so immoral about it. And they say it is so Dark Ages and Middle Ages and Stone Ages, and it's outdated, this wall. And you keep hearing catch and release. Catch and release. Well, we found a prototype. Now, we want to let you know no animals were harmed. The government said no animals were harmed during this testing, but we found a prototype of the new wall that Trump wants to put up, and we're going to run that for you now. Back to me. Now that's what Dems are upset about, the new Catch and Catapult. That's what I promote, the new Catch and Catapult. They come across the wall, we catapult them right back. So that's the testing. No animals were hurt during that testing, and that's what has Democrats up in arms over the new proposal of Catch and Catapult. I'll be back after these messages with Carla's Corner, and then at 9 o'clock, let's talk about Michael Cohen. Let's talk about Michael Cohen at 10 o'clock, and a couple other things we got, or 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Take us a break, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Linda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
We're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas, stuffed garlic knots, breadsticks, bone-out wings, pasta, and new Cinnabon mini rolls. We're the $5 lineup with the best sides for your pizza.
$5 each.
Choose 2 or more, $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning. It is time for Carla's Corner.
Good God. Look
It is
at my
time.
eyes.
It is time for Carla's Corner. Carla looks a little rough this morning, by her own account, not mine. I cannot come on here in the mornings
sorry, Josh, I
and
ruined
tell
your
a
thing.
woman they look rough. This is on her own account that we have recorded. Well, what caused you to look so rough? Let's start with the news this morning. In top news this morning, Carla, what caused you to look so rough today?
I should probably look in a mirror before I do this.
You think so?
Maybe so.
Now, that being said, I'm glad you went there. Do they sell mirrors? Do they still sell them? Is there a section in the store? Because when I go to the store and I see people, I'm just thinking they no longer sell mirrors. Am I bad? Is this wrong?
I don't look in a mirror before I go to the store. But I should probably look in a mirror before I go on the show.
I just often wonder if there's still a mirror section anywhere because I just wonder. Just that's me. Maybe a generational thing, a little comb through the hair, and just saying. Okay, how are you?
I think there's been moments where you should have probably looked in the mirror before you did the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
You got a haircut though, so it's up. That makes it.
Yeah,
better.
I got a haircut.
Makes it better.
What's up?
Lots of stuff.
Well, talk to me, man.
Well,
It's been cold.
It's not been cold.
It has been. It was just
It
a couple
will
days
be
ago.
Cold. It
It's
has
gonna get
not been cold yet.
It was down in the 20s. Where do you live, Daddy?
It's gonna be in the teens next week.
Again, it was 16 the other morning. It's been cold.
It's not been that cold.
Guess what? It rained yesterday.
Yeah. So we just had our annual meeting last Thursday.
Was great.
It was so good, and I thought since not everybody could come, even though everybody was there, I thought that we could recap for everyone that didn't get to come some of the events that took place. Greg Frady was our guest speaker.
That was very good. I got an opportunity to talk to him afterwards. Very good.
He's a good speaker. I really enjoyed listening to him.
I liked it because I don't want
to.
I'm just going to say this. This is more of a you have to be here, LJ kind of thing. But no matter where you're at, this is really funny because he personalized it and brought it down to home. I mean, and I could tell he goes out. Greg, and let me just highlight. Greg Frady is the head baseball coach for Georgia State University head baseball coach. I think if memory serves me right, he said he was 10 years head baseball coach of the German Olympic team.
I remember hearing.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, he personalized his life and drilled it down to home, being from LJ, right?
To the school bus.
Right to the school.
Boardtown or Big Creek?
Boardtown Road, man. Boardtown. But it was really good, and I like what he said. I'm just going to paraphrase real quick. And we've all been in these points in our life. And he's talking about being in Germany and his baseball team's not doing well. In fact, that's the kindest way to put it. I mean, he was so upset with the baseball team. It's not doing well. He's in Germany, and he goes to his hotel room, and he's ready to pack. He's ready to pack. He's ready to go home. He's ready to call it quits halfway around the world. And he says he's kind of depressed, his team, and there's no stations, no English-speaking stations on TV. So he turns on CNN. CNN's the only station that's English speaking.
This is a true statement,
right?
unless you get the Air Force or military network or whatever.
Right. So he's only got CNN in there. I'll use the word. He's depressed. He's thinking about going home. He's actually ready to pack, turn it in, go home, and he in CNN, and he's listening, and it said, "Next up, we've got Joe McCutcheon from LJ," and he was in Germany. That was pretty funny. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was a good story.
That was a good story. Anyhow, I know some people.
I enjoyed what he said as far as applying that just because you're from a small town, you've always got to remember that you represent that town. You're an ambassador for that community no matter what you do in life.
Actually, I enjoyed every bit of it, but the takeaways for me were all the baseball references because that's what I like. Of course. Anyhow, the business meeting was great. Now, I went dressed again,
Josh,
9
do you have
years.
that picture?
Okay.
It may take him a second.
I know you didn't do that to me. I know you didn't just do that to me.
Is that not so cute?
Yeah, Josh, please take that. So I go dressed every year for my award. I go there every year, prepared, dressed. I write a little speech. I got it in my pocket, and I go home Susan Lucci every year.
I gave you an
every
award
year.
This morning.
Did I get my own award? I'm waiting for my award.
On Facebook, our Bitmoji this morning was I gave you a trophy.
Did I get? Oh, thank you so much. I got a trophy. Anyhow, it was great. Citizen of the Year. You want to go through some of that real quick?
Yeah. Josh, just throw up whatever slide. I'll go with it. Okay, so this is Stephen Purvis, owner of Huff Drugs. He received our Citizen of the Year award. He was an excellent candidate. He is currently on our board. He was previously on our board. He was instrumental in helping secure the proper use of hotel motel tax within the county and the chamber. He was instrumental in helping find money for the chamber when there was none, even down to serving chicken on a stick at the Apple Festival. I mean, whatever he had to do to help the chamber. And then that's just a small part of what he's done, and that's with the chamber. He also has served, I mean, he has served the community through helping with booster clubs and just different things. But we are just very, very proud of this selection this year of Mr. Purvis being our Citizen of the Year.
Congratulations. And who do we have next? Do you have somebody else up there? Or?
This is not so cute.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, I love Miss Sally. Chris Wong, who was our Member of the Year last year, awarded Miss Sally Daniels our award this year for Member of the Year. We realized that Miss Sally Daniels has been a member of our chamber for over almost 30 years, one of our longest members, and she has always been service, going to every ribbon cutting, going to every event possible.
I agree.
She is a huge ambassador for our chamber, goes out, tells people all the good work, and brings in members, and she's just such a deserving person of this award.
And if you before you move on, if you join, and we may be close to 8 years, 9 years, I think 9 years, but anyhow, when you join, if you start attending network lunches and things of that nature with the chamber, Sally will probably be one of the first you meet.
Yep.
And for us, Sally was one of the first I met. She will make sure she zeroes in and sees who new people are and goes and she says hello.
She always helps.
Yes.
Even with like every year she walks around and sells tickets for Taste of LJ. Every year she volunteers for Apple Blossom Festival and Apple Festival. Every year she does my brain, Operation Thank You. Even when she wasn't an ambassador, she's like, I want to go out and thank our members. I want to be part of that. So we just couldn't be more excited to have her as a Member of the Year. I don't know that we could ever trump that one.
So what else you got over there? You got any more pictures?
Yep. This is our Business of the Year. Roberto Morello with Pilgrims awarded Piedmont. That is Denise Ray. I'm almost positive. Anyway, awarded Piedmont with the Business of the Year award. Piedmont has been instrumental in our community, helping provide an ER, all of their physicians' facilities, just multiple offices. We appreciate everything they've done for our community. So
there was a lot of pressure on them through the transition.
There was.
And there was a lot of pressure, and I'm going to say this. There was a lot of pressure to create that olive branch to the community that you're gaining something, not losing. Right. And that was not easy for them, and I was there every step of the way, and I watched it, so I'll just say that.
And they did something that nobody else was willing to do. They were an example, not just to our community, but to the entire state, of showing that this can be done. And so that's awesome, and they are so involved. One of our board members works for Piedmont. They were the ones that sponsored our children's area Apple Blossom Festival, so that all the kids' activities would be free at that event, which is amazing. And just so you know, mark calendars, May 3rd, 4th and 5th. Sorry, May 4th and 5th, Apple Blossom Festival. Piedmont is sponsoring that children's area again for free. So all the bounce houses, rock climbing walls, all those things are free. But we are just fortunate to have them as a Business of the Year this year. So that recaps all of our awards. Mr. Trent Sanford our chairman of the board, passed our
Do we have a picture?
gavel. I don't have a picture of that. I mean, I do, but I didn't because,
I'm sorry, Mr. Marshall.
Sorry.
And I'm sorry, Trent. I'm sorry. I want to apologize. Okay. She was in charge of pictures. I'm sorry. Did I throw you under the bus?
I don't really think they care.
But no, I will say this. Trent Sanford, I got it right, correct? Mm-hmm. Trent, the one thing that when you see what we call the passing of the gavel for the current chair passing along to the new chair, that we don't have a picture on the screen, but the picture sitting out there of Trent, and he did an outstanding job last year, passing over to John Marshall. That's doing a great job. It's just a real comfort for us, the members out here in the chamber, of how this, you know,
I liked
I'm
it.
a loss of words. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this, and this is 10 years of chamber experience. Those two have done a great job of, most chairmen get in and they're like, this is what we're doing this year. This is what I want to do with the chamber. Whereas Trent and John Marshall have cohesively said, you know,
That's exactly.
this is what started, you know, and you're going to continue that so that we can continue to grow and show progress.
You know, you found the words I was looking for. Is the transition is a lot of times, and for, you know, a lot of times, well, most of the time, the transition is very smooth, and let's say that, but you may have a chamber chair come in and say, okay, this year I'd like to see the direction go a little more this way. But these two particularly, not that John Marshall doesn't have a direction, but these two particularly have something going, and
Yeah.
it's moving. You know what I'm saying? So you found the words. All right, so is that everything you want to talk about on the business?
I did
Or-
want to mention, this was our first year that we got to have County Commissioner Charlie Paris swear in our board.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool.
It's pretty neat.
I don't know whose brilliant idea that was, but I thought that was a really cool
Thought
thing.
it was good.
So I just wanted to mention that. So that recaps the annual meeting if you missed it, so you know what's happened. Our pictures are on our website. I know you guys have some stuff
All
on your
kinds of
website.
pictures.
So I wanted to mention that. And then I wanted to real quick, I know I've plugged it like every week, but I wanted to plug it again. Our Wine About Winter, Josh will throw that up there. These are all the vineyards that are participating. We've got a blog on our website, a video rolled out on social media about it. But we have 6 vineyards I can't count. 6 vineyards participating. That is February 1st and 3rd, so it's just like a week away or 2 weeks away.
That looks like 6.
It's a week away. What looks like 6?
All right, what else you have? Well, I'm waiting patiently because I have something.
I know. You always have stuff. So that is that not a week away? It is a week away. Yeah.
February 1st through 3rd, Wine About Winter. There you go. There's the
And if
participating vineyards, games, food, a tasting, live music, and much more.
If you're interested in doing the murder mystery event at Ingleheim on Friday night, they only have a few tickets left, and you have to buy those tickets
Murder
in advance.
mystery.
Yeah, they're gonna have hors d'oeuvres and tastings and a
Real
murder mystery
Ellery
event.
Queen kind of
Yeah,
evening.
so, but don't, just FYI, they only have a few tickets left. I also wanted to mention, I believe, and I'm going to pull it up just to be sure, that, hold on, why is it not coming up? There it is. That, I don't know if anybody went and saw it last weekend, but the Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is the musical that's happening right now at the Gilmore Arts Playhouse, you got this weekend and next weekend are the last weekends to see that. So I just wanted to plug that real quick. I've heard it's fabulous. You definitely want to see it. They've been plugging out some cool little previews of it, so check that out. And then also coming up, I want you, while I'm doing this, to Valentine's Day is just around the corner. We're going to have some Valentine's Day stuff coming out. But I know that you guys are working on a Valentine's Day giveaway kind of thing. So you want to plug that real quick?
Well, the company's doing it.
The company's doing it?
Yeah, I just don't want people to get the wrong impression of me that I'm sending something out for Valentine's. I don't want that. I want them to understand the company. There's a group outside the door here. They got together, and I think it's a great idea to put this basket together. I'm not really involved.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll regroup to that because I do have the information on that.
Yeah, I would like for you to share it. Josh, do you have that? Do you have that logo? Is that number 1 that I sent over this morning? Right there it is. Right there it is. I mean, I will put it up. I just don't want people to get the wrong impression.
They're doing a Valentine's Day
Sam,
giveaway.
Lisa, and Stephanie. Let's just throw it out there. Samantha, Lisa, and Stephanie are running this show here. They have dinner, massage, movie tickets, coffee, and I think there's more stuff coming, and it is several $100s worth of stuff in a basket. There you go.
I just wanted to plug that. Keep we'll be sharing it on our social media.
Right.
When the details come out, we'll mention it some more times between now and
I
Valentine's
want the movie
Day.
tickets.
Yeah, well, I told you we're having our business after hours
Right.
at Georgia.
My fear in getting the
Mountain
movie
Cinemas.
tickets is somebody will want me to go watch a romantic comedy. They'll tell me it's a comedy, and I'll end up, you know what I'm saying? Just saying.
I wanted to plug, even though we've got some time between.
So
now
when
and-
is the movie thing? When do we go to the movie thing?
That's going to be at the end of February.
All right, okay, we can wait for that.
February.
Because I'm waiting for that one.
February 20. Where is it? That's
I
January.
always like going to the movies.
February 26th, Mountain Cinemas is going to host our business after hours.
Well, what else you got? I'm waiting because I have something. I have something.
I wanted to plug. We always do a big deal for this, and we'll do a big deal for it when it
Big
gets a little
deal.
closer.
It's going to be a big deal.
But
Big
I
deal.
wanted to plug Georgia Mountain Hospice annual Mardi Gras event.
Absolutely, big deal.
Super fun event. Great thing to support. This year's candidates for Gilmer County are Cindy West, whose husband Mark West is on our board, so I'm super supportive of Cindy. And then we have also Robert Ferguson, who is our post commissioner, Carleen Ferguson's husband, and they are having an event at Chateau Maitre to fundraise for the Mardi Gras in the mountains. So support our king and queen, our local king and queen. But that event, the Mardi Gras in the Mountains event, will be March 2nd, and you can go ahead and buy your tickets now because it's a very popular event and goes to a great charitable contribution. We'll be plugging that event more as we get closer, but I just wanted to let you guys know who our king and queen are and that you should be supporting them.
Okay.
Now you can say your thing.
I have waited patiently. I'll let you go through the business meeting, go through the pictures, go through everything. I appreciate you did a great job. But we've come to the point of the show. Do you realize that one of your viewers called you out? Do you know that? They called you out on your video. Do you know that? Are you aware of that?
No.
The Gilmer County Library. Now, I'm not going to say the entire staff. I won't say everybody over there, but I will say.
No, because I know that sweet little lady that works in the children's section. She loves me. She wouldn't be mean.
I will say you can actually go on your YouTube video. Josh, where is it at? Where is the call out? The official. Yeah, you can go to your YouTube video last week, and you can read the comments where you, not me. In fact, they even say something to the point like, Carla, I think I just heard Brian say to you, you never invited them. So I just wanted everybody to know.
This is really good coffee.
Yeah, they called you out. So here's what I think we ought to do.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to help bail you out of this. I think you deserve it. I'm going to help you bail. I think we ought to run up there. We'll make plans, and I think we ought to do a sweet, nice little segment at the Gilmer Library to air. Would you go for that?
It stinks for them that I'm going there after this show's over.
But
they know that.
We're going to do that. We did not invite you. I'm going to take. Carla's supposed to be in charge of that department, but we did not invite you. We love our friends at the Gilmer Library. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get in touch with you, and we're going to come up there, and we're going to air it right here on the show in about a week or two. But we're going to come up there and do a nice little segment at the Gilmer Library for you and get some information out. You good with that? Yes, Josh. Did you? Here's the screenshot. We thought we'd show everybody. And I think Brian called you out about the library never being invited. Still wanting on, yeah. So I think you got called out. Now that was, Josh, we just put it right out there. Gilmer Library, we are coming to visit. We love you, our friends at the Gilmer Library, and we're going to be bringing you some what's going on at the library. Now, I'm your host, BKP, and this is Carla, and it's Carla's Corner, and
At
everything.
least you didn't slap my library late fees up there.
That's next. We are
That is
getting
confidential information.
Can we get her card?
Can you do open records request for library?
I want to see her library card. Pull it. Pull the report.
No, you want to see my library card? This is practically amazing. Look, it's in like 5 pieces. Like, it's just falling apart here.
That's actually great. I'm glad to hear that. So, I'm your host, BKP. This is Carla. It's Carla's Corner, and we want to let you know everything wine about winter, no matter what we talk about here. It's on the Gilmer Chamber website. Right there you go, gilmerchamber.com, and right there in the top corner, click here, and that's the calendar of events. When you click there, everything that's going on, all of the different categories there for what's happening around Gilmer County is right there that you can check the calendar of events. So you don't have to miss anything, and you can always stop by the Welcome Center out there on 515 on the northbound side. Big green sign says Gilmer Chamber, not Waffle House. Gilmer Chamber, that's right behind it. Okay, you can stop in there and say hello. And then, looking forward to in February, I don't know the official day, but we will have our great new opening of the Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center downtown Ellijay, and that's
not
coming
February,
soon.
March.
We're looking at March, okay?
March.
And
In fact, we were picking out dates.
I got an opportunity to tour the Watkins house, and you will too when it opens in March. So, you got any parting words, like a quick apology to the library friends, or are you going to go?
Apologize for anything I didn't do.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back now. If you want to share these segments, watch these segments at a later time, share them with your friends. You can always go to FYN TV, Fetch Your News YouTube channel, and on the playlist, click playlist, and you'll find Carla's Corner
I'm going to
right
share
there.
this video on my Facebook after it's posted on YouTube, just so y'all know.
There you go. Just so y'all know.
Sorry, I got Southern there.
That's okay. We like to end with that. Take us out of here, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
We're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas. Stuffed garlic knots, breadsticks, bone-out wings, pasta, and new Cinnabon mini rolls. We're the $5 lineup with the best sides for your pizza.
$5 each.
Choose 2 or more, $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can reach the show, 706-889-9700. And right there, and all the social media ways to get in touch with us. I got an opportunity to spend some time with a celebrity last night. Well, some people might not feel that after the Saints game and the Rams game, that officials can be a celebrity. But I did get an opportunity to go over to Gainesville and back. I went to a football meeting last night, Mountain Football League meeting over in Gainesville. I got an opportunity to ride over and back with Greg Norton. And I don't know if you know Greg Norton, but anybody around North Georgia, and especially the football or basketball, high school football, GHSA high school football and basketball, know Greg, years of officiating. Greg actually was white hat for a Georgia State championship game, high school championship game. He was white hat, and you know what that means, those out there. And he has called several, I don't know about football, but he has reffed several NCAA basketball games. In fact, he's headed up to Kentucky this weekend to do one up there. And this year, Greg will be receiving an award Thursday night. Good for him. He's from our area. He is from Fannin County. Greg Norton is from Fannin County. And he will be receiving the officials of the Year award from the Atlanta Sports Writers Association. It's going to be a big dinner Thursday night. And AJC is going to be there doing a big spread on it. And Greg Norton from Fannin County will be receiving the Georgia Official of the Year award. So congratulations to Greg. I'll tell this really quick story. I did not, several years ago, I did not know who Greg is. And I didn't know him, you know. I don't know who this guy is, and so I'm up in a booth of one time Gilmer went over to play Dalton. Let me just tell the story. Gilmer went over to play Dalton in football, and I did not feel the officiating was very good during that game. So that spring, I'm up in a baseball booth, okay. High school baseball's going on. I'm up in a booth, and a guy comes up, and I'm doing some PA announcing, and a guy comes up, and he's sitting over there, and I said, "Oh, what are you here to do?" And he said, "I'm here to do pitch count." Okay, pitch count. Well, GHSA sent somebody to do pitch count. They couldn't find anyone, so they called this guy. He goes up there, he did pitch count. I do not know why. I can't remember why. We talked about it last night. Greg and I talked about it last night. But for some reason in the booth, I went on and on. The conversation started about the Dalton officiating crew. And I went on and on, this is high school football, about Gilmer going over to Dalton and how bad that officiating crew is. I mean, I was saying everything I could think of about this officiating crew from Dalton that I did not like. And I'm in the booth and I look over and I say, by the way, what's your name? Greg Norton. What do you do? I'm the head of the Dalton officiating crew. I'm serious. So they, in officiating circles that Greg hangs out in, they still like to tell that story about me ranting and raving about the officials at that high school football game over in Dalton before knowing he was the head of the crew. So that, and he still lets me ride with him. Anyhow, long story short, I like that. I always like to tell that. Okay, the President of the United States, again, congratulations, Greg. President of the United States, this is what they're saying. Number 41. Michael Cohen will not be testifying, so let's go over this like the Godfather. Like the Godfather. That was what number 22, Jackie Spear, representative, Democrat on the Oversight Committee. Jackie said from California, it's like a scene out of The Godfather. Now, let's go through a couple pictures here. We'll get to Trump's approval rating. We'll get back to the wall. Okay. Oh, by the way, number seven, really quick. We're still on Ginsburg watch. Just make sure we haven't give that up. We're still on Ginsburg watch, okay? Just got to throw that in, all right? It looks as though she will expire this year, according to Fox News. So we're on Ginsburg watch. It's daylight 16. What we have decided, this being the Cub fan, has decided we need to see a New York Times with a today's date and hold it up and wave at the same time. So there we go. So let's go back to number, Democrats accuse number 21. All right. So let's go through this just for a minute. Number 21, Democrats accuse Trump of witness tampering. Cohen cancels congressional appearance, citing ongoing threats. Okay. Ongoing threats is number 23. Michael Cohen postpones. Number 23, Michael Cohen postpones congressional testimony, citing threats against his family by Trump and Giuliani. Okay, let me sort through some more here. See what we got. So, hang tight. Number 31 at 6:02 this morning was top story. This was top story from MSNBC. The lovely Minka Cohen postpones congressional testimony, citing ongoing threats against family from Trump and Giuliani. That was 6:02 this morning. Let me get, let's see what else I have. Let's go to number 35. CNN at 4 a.m. in the morning. First thing, 4 a.m. Eastern Time. The very first graphic on the screen, Cohen delays testimony over threats. Okay? Now, there's a reason I'm going with this, okay, this way. Let me see what else I have here. Hold on a minute. So, Cohen has decided he doesn't want to. He wants to go straight to jail. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to go to Congress and give his testimony. He wants to go straight to jail. This is from Lanny Davis, the low-life piece of garbage. All right, let's go to number 11. I'm going to show you a couple of these, and I'm going to give you my take on this. Number 11 there, CNN, first thing. It's this big news to them, okay? They're running this all day. Michael Cohen postpones House testimony, cites ongoing threats against family from Trump and Giuliani. Number 12, okay? President Trump calls out Cohen's father-in-law. Trump, he should give information maybe on his father-in-law because that's the one that people want to look at because where does that money in the family, remember that? Okay. Then we have number 13. This is Michael Cohen postpones House testimony. Giuliani talking about it. Now, on this particular night that he's on State of the Union with Jake Tapper, Giuliani's saying, hey, Ukrainian, just saying, you might want to check the links. May have Ukrainian mob ties. You might want to look into that. Just saying, the father-in-law. Okay? Developing number 14, and this is how they ran the morning. Okay? Michael Cohen postpones House testimony. All right? That's another one they put up there. Number 15. Now, these are the things I'm showing you at 1:10 a.m. They did not stop. They went from 4 a.m., okay? They went from top of the hour for 10 minutes. Michael Cohen postpones House testimony. There's the next one, all right? Now, that being said, and let's go here, number 19. This is Lanny Davis. So sometimes on the show, we don't have time to go into some details. We just have time to say you need to go do research on where this little low-life attorney, just one notch above, I don't believe I said that, Michael Avenatti, okay? Lanny Davis, media advisor, okay, to Michael Cohen. Cohen postpones congressional testimony due to ongoing threats against his family from President Trump and Mr. Giuliani as recently as this weekend, as well as Mr. Cohen's continued cooperation with ongoing investigations. By advice of counsel, Mr. Cohen's appearance will be postponed to a later date. This is a time where Mr. Cohen had to put his family and their safety first, okay? And then they ran, Michael Cohen, number 20, the Trump's tweets, okay? Michael Cohen asked judge for no prison time. You mean he could do all of the terrible, unrelated to Trump things have to do with fraud, big loans, taxis, etc., and not serve a long prison term? He makes up stories to get a great and already reduced deal for himself and get his wife and father-in-law, who has the money, off scot-free. He lied for the outcome and should, in my opinion, serve a full and complete sentence. Kevin Cork at Fox News, don't forget, Michael Cohen has already been convicted of perjury and fraud as recently as this week. The Wall Street Journal has suggested that he may have stolen tens of thousands of dollars lying to reduce the jail time. Watch father-in-law. Now let's leave those tweets up there for a minute. Now, let's go here, and let me just say this, and we'll move on from this story. Let's go to 21, and these are Democrats everywhere out this morning, and as you can see, they are pouring the time into this story and accusing Donald Trump of witness tampering. Now listen to me very close here. This is where I know sometimes you say, why do you say it like that? Listen very close. Democrats accuse Trump of witness tampering. How come the headline is the American people accuse the media of not reporting the news? Donald Trump is doing nothing more but sharing with the American people the stories that I have and you have read on the internet. Democrats accuse Trump of witness tampering. Absolutely not. Go back to 20. We'll just go with the tweets alone, all right? Right here on this show, we went over the details, okay? Went over the details of all the charges on Michael Cohen. Remember, there's 8 charges. Let's just say there's 8. 6 unrelated. 2 deal with what is alleged campaign finance laws, which the 2, allegedly, the campaign finance laws violations, those 2 alone. If that was it for Michael Cohen, if that's all they found, if they only found, according to them and special counsel, all right, if they only found 2 payments, one to the Playboy Bunny McDougal and one to Stormy Daniels, if that's all they found, and they were trumping up, no pun intended, charges on Michael Cohen over campaign finance law, he would do nothing but pay a fine. Obama paid a fine. They pay a fine. A fine. Now, the barbershop boy, the boy that kept going and getting the haircuts, all right, from down in North Carolina, what was his name? That had a mistress, that had a baby, that actually paid the bills out of campaign funds, okay, was never found guilty. So those 2 charges alone, you and I know, would only result in a fine. But Cohen got 3 years. They couldn't walk away from the other 6 charges. I'm saying 8, but the other 6 charges. We did it right here on this show. Why? When did you watch? Now, this is MSNBC right here, right? And here is Lanny Davis. Let's go to number 19, all right? Saying for Mr. Cohen and his family's safety, all right? And then you look at number 21. This is MSNBC again, all right? Democrats accuse Trump of witness tampering. You have yet to see the stories run on CNN, ABC, MSNBC, any of them, where they focus and drill down on Cohen's father-in-law, Cohen's greasy criminal actions with his taxi medallions and his loans. His wife, where they're from in the Ukraine, and some of their dinner guests. All that Rudy Giuliani and Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, have done is the job of the media telling you, go look. We did it right here on this show. We went and showed you the loans, the dirty deals. You can find it all day long. Cohen is a piece of garbage. His family, his father-in-law, they're crooks. And that's all the president has done. He has not tampered with a witness. Because I'll grant you this, there'll be no witness that gets asked questions about the 6 counts. 6. They'll get up there and they'll say, did the President of the United States ask you to lie or change your testimony in reference to the Stormy Daniels payments in the Trump Tower meeting? But the 6 will go undiscussed. We did it here on the show. Folks, there's no witness tampering. There's no threats. The only thing Trump has done, if they feel threatened, is he told the American people, go search for yourself. Trump is not. Rudy Giuliani is not witness tampering. They're only exposing what's actually in those indictments and who these people really are, where the media will not, but they're going to treat it as top news all day. So let's look at number 3. Don't forget, number 3, the Confederate flag, the new Confederate flag of the nation there, Make America Great Again hat. And I'm going to take a brief break. And do you know where Beckley, West Virginia is? Beckley, West Virginia. Do you? They've got a bathroom bill in this little city in the South. Interesting. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
We're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas. Stuffed garlic knots, breadsticks, bone-out wings, pasta, and new Cinnabon mini rolls. We're the $5 lineup with the best sides for your pizza.
$5
Each. Choose 2 or more, $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We got about 15 minutes here. There is a special place in hell. Yes, yes, the special place in hell for the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, and all of you that supported. New York not only legalized late-term abortions, but they also celebrated like they won the Super Bowl. And let's play the video. That is the raucous applause of the New York State Senate and House as the bill that will allow, okay, I did this on Tuesday, coincidentally, there's a special place in hell, and Hillary helped with this hell train, this train directly to hell, do not stop. On Tuesday, coincidentally, the 46th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the New York State Senate passed the Reproductive Health Act, and it was signed into law by Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo. The law, which is likely to most expansive abortion bill in the country, allows late-term abortion until the baby's due date if it meets certain requirements. Not only is this kind of legal protection for late-term abortion an affront to the humanity of the unborn and the dignity of society, but New York celebrated it publicly as if they had just won the Super Bowl. So I just wanted to show you that. We did that story 2 weeks ago here. We did that story 2 weeks ago that they were passing it, and then we did it yesterday. They can now, okay, feasible. If the fetus is not feasible, they can kill this baby up to the time of birth. Murder. Andrew Cuomo, there's a special place in hell for you for signing that. That's just my opinion. Now, you guys are the great research department. Great research department out there. But this story comes from Mom. Yes, I get up this morning and Mom sent me a story because my mother happens to be from Beckley, West Virginia. Do you know where Beckley, West Virginia is? Well, this city, this nice-sized little city there in Beckley, West Virginia, voted in a 4-2 vote. Beckley Council approved LGBTQ ordinance. Okay, so let's roll the couple-minute video on last night's meeting in Beckley, West Virginia, to protect LGBTQ community and allowing them and making it mandatory for you, your business, to have to allow them to go in any bathroom they want. Go ahead.
There are other people who do not possess the love of others different than themselves, and many of these people carry hate rather than love in their hearts and minds. I wholeheartedly disagree with this ordinance.
My biggest duty is to protect my family and my church.
If I feel that I am being forced to do something that my religious beliefs tell me wrong, then I am being bullied and discriminated against.
It's not fair that people are discriminated against when they're not doing anything wrong.
We cannot continue to deny protections from threats that actually exist in defense of hypothetical threats that don't. I hope in tonight's final vote, you make a decision not based on fear, but based on love.
God loves all of us too. Thank you for your time.
If not, by show of hands, all in favor of the ordinance indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed by a like sign. Motion carries on a vote of 4-2. Thank you.
No idea how stressed that was.
Okay, in a 4-2 vote, Beckley Council approves LGBTQ. In Beckley Common Council meeting, the city council there within the city limits, attended by more than 330 people on Tuesday evening, council voted to add sexual orientation and gender identity to the list of protected minorities in the city. Okay? Protected minorities. After an emotional public hearing with around 70 speakers, many from outside the city limits, at-large city council members Tim Berry, Sherry Hunter, Ward 1 Councilman Tom Sofer, and Ward 2 Councilwoman Ann Worley voted in favor. Okay? And what it does, supporter of the ordinance celebrated after hearing standing in line to thank those in council. We are elated that Beckley has confirmed its commitment to inclusivity and fairness to all Beckleyians, irrespective of who they choose to love, said attorney Robert Dunlap. A support for the amendment is in the Beckley Human Rights Commission. We find the council had a lot of time and energy spent in deliberation. You can walk in. This is supposed to be protecting them. You can walk in any bathroom you want. If a man wants to go in a women's bathroom, you can do it. I'm telling you, this is happening all over in small town America, and if we don't put a stop to this ASAP, this is going to be non-stop, okay? These groups trying to do this. It's coming here next. All right, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I just had to show that. I wonder if we should show our catapulting squirrel. No, we shouldn't. We did that earlier. Folks, let's just hope, I won't say it, you can read it, number 6, that we're not up. I won't say it, just saying. Just hope we're not up. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can keep the paddle. Yesterday, here's our gay little mare. We want to have our gay little mare of the day right here, number 24. Whether you like me or not, I mean, I don't care. It's our gay little mare, Peter. Take a shot at pronouncing his last name for me, Josh. But I don't know. How you gonna get voted in for president? He's running for president. He becomes the first openly gay Democrat presidential contender. I mean, this is big. This is big. The Dems love that. Well, you love to vote for first. Does not matter if the topics, if the situation, if their issues are in line. You love first. That's what the media says. You love the first black president, black candidate. Hillary, the first white woman, female, blah, blah, blah candidate. Now, gay first, openly gay Democrat contender. So that's our gay mayor of the day, okay? They are pushing Trump's approval ratings. What will happen on the shutdown? Now, I have to tell you, last night, let's go to 25. Last night, I do think Nancy Pelosi won the day. I know you don't like that, but I think she won the day. You know what they say? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. know when you're done. Never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When you and Nancy get a deal done. You could do the State of the Union then, right? So Nancy, they're putting up that Nancy caused Trump to fold. He folded like a lawn chair last night. So approval ratings, this is the next attack from the media, trying to get you and I to, we are supposed to flinch. He's supposed to flinch. Approval is only 34%, down 8 points. Disapproval up to 65. Now, I caught a typo. Now, I'm serious. Let's go to the other one, CBS, number 26. President Trump's job approval, 36%, 59. Now, here's the typo. You ready? Because you're going to hear this reported all day long. But I caught this little screenshot, this little nugget. Number 27. Is the border wall worth the shutdown? 71% say yes. 28% say no. But that's backward according to their polling. But they read it as 71% said no. This is a little typo, a little misprint. MSNBC popped up there that they're not happy with. Is it worth the shutdown? 71% said yes. They made a mistake, and I caught that little mistake that they made there. All the polling data, okay, says Trump's on the ropes. Do we crack? Do we give up? My opinion is just make it a border security, a national crisis, build the wall, get the 5.7. But don't forget what I started with today. It is change, pocket change, 5.7. Something's not adding up here. Amnesty, say no. Number 33, preparations underway for Kim Jong-un orders official planning for Trump summit. That is on its way. And I would like to tell you what I care, okay? What I care. And I'll get to that. Hopefully I got one here. Maybe I don't have any pictures. Do we have a, give me, let's see. Maybe I don't have anything on there. Venezuela. All I'm interested right now is how much is it going to cost you and I, the American people, to bail out Venezuela? How much will we pay to bail out Venezuela, and what kind of dirty deal is being done there? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is now time for Dr. David Markwell. Dr. David Markwell, and our subject this week, right after these messages, Dr. David Markwell, and our subject this week, parenting issues, okay? And different parenting styles with Dr. David Markwell right after these messages. I'm your host, BKP. Take us a break, Josh.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Elijah next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Elijah next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
We're more than just $5 medium one-topping pizzas, stuffed garlic knots, breadsticks, bone-out wings, pasta, and new Cinnabon mini rolls. We're the $5 lineup with the best sides for your pizza. $5 each. Choose 2 or more, $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey folks, it's time for Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. We always welcome him here with so many great subjects that we cover from week to week. Dr. Markwell, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Brian. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing fine, but we're gonna do I don't know, sometimes you call this the touching the third rail. So we're gonna reach out what I call sometimes when you get into parenting. So we're going to talk about parenting issues today, folks, setting boundaries, types of parenting styles, and suggested parenting books. So what issues do you want to start out with as far as this topic is concerned, Dr. Markwell?
Well, I think to start with, just a general kind of overview of the importance of setting limits and boundaries, and the importance of consistency with those boundaries. They actually have done research before, which was kind of astonishing, and they said that based on the research that sometimes if a parent is going to be inconsistent with boundary setting and limit setting, that it's actually better for the child for there to not even be any boundary attempts than to be inconsistent with them. So, I know as humans, we struggle with consistency in all walks of life, but especially from parenting and boundary setting. So from that standpoint, talking a little bit about, the importance of boundaries and limits and what those may look like.
So let me ask you a question, and to put it this way, is to be firm in the boundaries we set. As parents, if we say homework is done every day at 4, not 4:05, not 3:55, it's done at 4, so it can be completed no later than 4:45 so we can set the table for supper, whatever. If that's the boundary, that needs to hit every day at 4. And if you're just hitting and missing on that, you're really not accomplishing what you set out to do. Is that what I'm hearing, or am I going down the right line?
Well, you're in the right line in the sense that if there's there's a boundary or an understanding about homework, I always mention to parents that there are 3 things to keep in mind when it comes to boundaries or rules or limits. One is what you just said, they need to be firm, and they need to be fair, meaning kind of like the punishment fit the crime kind of thing.
Right.
And then also flexible. Now, some parents will question me and say, but how does firm and flexible work? And what I mean by that is, I agree that if, let's say, the assignment is homework, you come home, grab a snack, and start on homework at 4 o'clock, that needs to be the firm set of the rule and the boundary. However, we know life can sometimes throw us curveballs. So if for some reason something occurred that day at home or school, within the family, and 4 o'clock isn't as firm as it normally would be, we can be flexible with it and say, you know what, last night we didn't get home from the vacation until 3 in the morning. I know you're tired. So today, I'd really like for you to stick to 4 o'clock, but if you can't really get going until about 4:30, that's okay for today. So there's still some firmness, but there's a little bit of flexibility with it.
Let me ask you this. What are some of the boundaries? And we're talking about parenting issues, and obviously those boundaries are different and the style is different, could be based on whether you have 3 to 8 year olds in the house, or if you have 8 to 12s, or from 12 to 18 year olds in the house. So what are some of the boundaries in some of those age groups that parents should set? And what are some of the differences of setting boundaries based on the age of the child?
Good question, because, you know, as our kids get older, we actually, as parents, will sometimes run out of things that we can sometimes use as our workable mechanisms. You know, when our kids are little, we could take away their Legos, we might take away their toys. As our kids get older, not only do their items become more expensive, but they get fewer. It's a car, it might be a phone, it could be friends. There's a little bit less leverage, I guess you could say. But for younger children, the main thing at that point is you just want to begin to establish a level of what I call authority as a parent. It doesn't mean you have to like exercise this power over your kids, but just the authority mechanism, which is at the end of the day, as a mom or a dad, you do have the authority as a parent to decide when bedtime is, or if they do get to stay up and those kind of things. You just want to begin to establish those types of things. As they begin to become like pre-adolescent, it starts to shift a little bit. The research shows that in the middle school years, there's a lot more of frustration, not just for parents in the sense of parenting, but of course for kids. Middle school is a really tough time for kids with regard to the developmental stage that they're in. And then as they become more high school, you're just kind of reinforcing things you've already established. So for a 6-year-old, you probably wouldn't be establishing a boundary regarding a curfew, whereas you might for a sophomore or a junior in high school. But the principle's still the same, that if you need to turn off your Fortnite game as a middle school kid, the same would be reinforcing that you need to be in at a certain time for the curfew that would fit that firm, fair, and flexible kind of mechanism.
Well, let me ask you. So, how important is it to start setting boundaries when? And I'm going to say newborn. Obviously, you got to get up to 1 and crawling and so on and so forth. But how important is it to set boundaries at that very early age as a toddler and stay firm with those? And will that benefit you later on as these children get older in understanding there are boundaries?
It does. It actually is good to try to start from an early age. Right now, my youngest daughter, I now have my second grandchild, and so I'm excited. And it's interesting when we'll talk on the phone, I can hear my 3-month-old granddaughter crying in the background, and I'm on the phone, so I can't reach out there and pick her up or whatever. And I'll say, "Is she okay?" And my daughter will say, "She's fine. She needs to kind of just sit there. She just wants to be held." So she's already trying to establish that mommy's not available, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are other things to do, and that there's still a safe environment, even as a 3-month-old. Now, will she remember that as a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old? Probably not. But you can really start establishing those things, really early on. And there are a lot of helpful resources and books. Just to mention, there's one book called Parenting with Love and Logic. It does a really good book talking about always establishing a loving relationship with our children, but also implementing the importance of what's called consequences, logical consequences versus natural consequences. So like a natural consequence would be if the rule is that my children are supposed to bring their bikes in and put them in the garage for the night and close the garage, but one of my children, decides to leave their bike outside and it's taken, that's basically a natural consequence, because sometimes when things are left out, there are some people who will see things and take things that aren't theirs. That's more of a kind of a natural consequence. Or if it rains during the night and there's rust on the bike, that would be more of a natural consequence. A logical consequence would be they didn't bring it in, and because they didn't bring it in, I will, not let them ride their bike the next day just simply because of trying to teach them responsibility, whatever it may be. So that one book called Parenting with Love and Logic goes into detail about those. There's another good book that's called, it's an older book. It's out of print, but you can sometimes find it on different resources on the internet. It's called Good Behavior. And what I like about that particular book is it's kind of like a cheat sheet book. You can open it up. It's in alphabetical order. So if you're having struggles with your children over lying, if you turn to the letter L in the book, and there's a bunch of things, of which one section they cover is the idea of lying. You turn under, let's say, for example, B, which would be bedwetting. There's a section under bedwetting and all those kind of things. So it's kind of like a little cheat sheet book, and that's also a really good book as well.
Dr. Marco, one more thing on our list here, and we probably have gone around this in a circle, but I'd like for you to be a little more specific. What are different types, we have that on the list, of parenting styles? What are different types of styles?
Well, for a long time, they've talked about 3 different parenting styles. There's what's called the authoritarian, which is more along the lines that it's the stereotypical parent that says, do as I say, don't do as I do. It's more of I'm the parent, there's no discussion about it, those type of things. That's usually what's referred to as authoritarian. And then on the opposite side of that, there's different terms. There's called permissive, and then laissez-faire, which is more of the hands-off parent. In our society today, sometimes it's more along the lines of a parent who might be a little hesitant to exercise authority as a parent, and their fear is, I want my children to like me, so I'll be their friend first, and that sometimes backfires, so they're hands-off as a parent sometimes. And then in the middle is what's called authoritative. And what that's usually viewed as is a parent who at times has to choose to be stern, and it sometimes chooses to kind of stand hands-off and let the child kind of deal with the consequences of the circumstance. And they're kind of choosing both of those. They're open for discussion, but at the same time they practice the fact that they do have the authority as parents, and they're okay at sometimes yielding and saying, you know what, this is a circumstance, I really think this might not be a good decision, but I'm going to allow you the opportunity to see if it'll work, and then of course be there to support them.
Well, I appreciate all those examples. With my own children, I went through a time, I'm not going to say what years, of where I think people started attempting to be friends with their children, and I'm not saying that's bad, okay? I'm not saying that, but that was the attempt, and my thought process was, you know what? You make your friends at school.
Right.
I'm going to be your parent, so that's going to come first. Now, number 2, we can go to the ball game. For example, my son and I always enjoyed as a kid going to baseball games. I mean, going to professional baseball games, whatever it may be, college basketball. We enjoyed that, but I made sure parent was 1, friend was 2.
Right.
And I got a quick question. I know we're running just a little long, but we're talking about this years ago. All right, I'm not going to give my age, but this is years ago. I'll just say my son's 34. So we'll leave it at that, okay? So we would get together as couples, okay? Friends of ours would get together as couples, and we're watching Sunday Night Football, and there's 4 couples together, and we all have little kids, okay, at this time. And I noticed one of my friends, their child, they would count. They would count, and they would say, I'm giving you to 3. Okay, if you don't get off, I'm giving you to 3 to get off that. And I would notice as the mother would count, it wasn't till 3 till she actually got the child's attention. 3 is when the child felt it was serious. And I discussed this with another friend of mine at a different time, and this is going back a couple years, sons. And I never could buy into that because I always said your children shouldn't have this space that they know they don't have to pay attention. That's just my opinion. So I don't know why I wanted to share that, but let's say.
Well, that actually, I was going to say that actually is based on a book that was written years ago called 1, 2, 3 Magic, and that was what it was taught was, there's the kind of the warning, the 1, the 2, the 3, but the truth of it is, and again, there's so many different types of parenting, techniques that are out there, but I agree with you. What I've seen sometimes is, kids are pretty smart and very resilient, so they learn that, mom and or dad are not going to react or do anything until they get to 3, so they kind of buy their time for 1 and 2. And so you're exactly right. You probably did see them waiting until the 3 came along, or right between 2 and 3 is when they finally started moving. But there are so many different parenting techniques. You just want to find one that will work with your child. And if you have more than one child, one technique may work with one child, and then a completely different technique may work with the other children. And so you just want to make sure, again, I think the biggest thing for most parents is just always work on being consistent.
You know what? I thank you. Sometimes you have shared so much great information today, but don't take this wrong. Sometimes we talk for about 10 minutes, and then finally something hits. It just wraps it all up. It pulls it together. What works for 1 doesn't always work for 2, and there's no 2 identical kids running around in the house. And,
right.
And like they say, until you have a situation where you have one kid saying he hit me or he touched me, or you have to find out the truth of who broke that lamp, that's a different situation.
Right.
Dr. Markwell, I can't thank you enough for coming and sharing so many great insights today about parenting, boundaries, styles, and books. We thank you very much for being with us, and we look forward to next week's topic.
Okay.
Okay, we've been with Dr. David Markwell, and he is with Ridgeline Counseling, and that is 706-314-8807. You can always find this segment right on our YouTube channel, FYN-TV, Fetch Your News YouTube channel. Under the playlist, go to the playlist there and see Dr. Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling for all of our topics, and we'll have a new one next week.